video goes for a while, actually. So, yeah, so that's ooh, and yeah, I mean, I really like games that are very fast-paced and that are very actiony and that, you know, like, I want to say that puzzle platformers are awesome and things like that, but I like games that you can keep playing and have a high degree of replayability. And I mean, a lot of the games that you'll see here like really focus on that, like games that you can play over and over and over again and that are a different play experience every time. I mean, Audiosurf is the king of different play experiences every time, and Monaco is no schlub either. So anyway, that's a game that I think is really great. And the other game that I want to show off is a game that nobody here has ever heard of. I am confident that there's not one person in this audience that knows what this game is, mostly because it came out last week. Ha ha ha. Elude, anyone? Oh, okay. All right. There's someone in the audience that's been there before. So there's a lot of talks about indie games as art, and I think that's really important and that's really good. Specifically, this game isn't just about art, but it's a game that tries to do some positive impact. And so I'm going to cut out of the PowerPoint and switch to something else to show you the game. And I'm going to read the description on their website. So, Elude aims to raise awareness for depression and to inform about this dangerous illness. It is specifically intended to be used in a clinical context as part of a psychoeducational package to enhance friends and relatives' understanding of people suffering from depression about what their loved ones are going through. Modeling what depression feels like by contrasting it with other mood states, normal and happy, Elude portrays depression metaphorically. That's pretty weird for a game. And so, it's a little bit bizarre. I figured I would actually play a little bit of it really quickly and show you. I also want to say that this game, it's made by the Singapore MIT Gambit Game Lab. It is browser, it is free, you can go play it now, and I'll show you the URL soon. But here's the game. It's really loud. So I know I just talked about AAA graphics, but this is more traditional indie look and feel, I would say. So in this game, you play as this guy, and you walk around, and you can jump. Pretty standard. And it says to renew your passions daily by resonating with the space bar. And when I do that, the bird turns green and it makes some noise, and that's pretty cool. And there are tree branches, and it says to jump, so of course the first thing I want to do is I want to jump around. And I start jumping around these trees, and look, there's another bird, and I know I can go near him. Great! And and it gets easier to jump with the more birds I sing to. And so right now I'm doing really well. It becomes easier to move around. And so as I do that, I can move around even better. I'm feeling happier until I finally get to the treetops. And I'm just going to cheat and quickly get to the treetops. So when I get to the treetops, the game changes. And all of a sudden, you've seen these games before where you hop around on things? And like, this feels really great. You're like flying around, you're hopping on these... yeah. And so, I don't know, I think this is really great. So I'm feeling really happy, right? So now I'm going to cheat again. And then after this... So, after that, I get back down here, and I'm like, that actually ends, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm back here. Well, there's a bird, and I can go and I can resonate him. But my voice has like kind of changed a little bit. And the birds, that was weird. The bird turned blue instead of turning green. And so I'm going to keep moving around. And that bird didn't even respond. And like, that feels pretty broken to me. And like, I can't really jump very well anymore. And like, it's getting a little bit different. And the birds seem like they're flying away from me. And yeah. And this kind of pulls you down. And this feels kind of awful right now as a player. It probably feels pretty bad watching it. And then I'm down here and I'm in this area and I'm like, I can't even jump right now. I'm trying to jump. And I'm trying to get out and I'm like sinking now. It's... And, oh, okay, well, I just didn't do a good enough job. Let me get, oh, okay. I'm still stuck in here.
That is depressing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. And so, anyway, so that's it, and then you're there. The game, I'm just showing you a small piece of it. It keeps going. You can actually get out now, and you can go back up. But that's where I'm going to stop, and you guys need to go play the rest to see it. But anyway, yeah. That's you. Go copy it down. I highly recommend going and playing it. It's very different. It's very weird, and there's more to the game than what you saw. And I'm going to stop now. So.
Awesome. Yes, you can go up and right up. So next, we have Nathan.
Hi, friends.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi. So, when we started talking about games that influence and inspire, I'm Nathan. I'm the co-founder and president of Cappy. We make some video games that hopefully you play. So yeah, we started talking about doing this panel and games that influence us, and you know, the first indie game that popped into my mind was Super Street Fighter. And that's because all I do is crack out on Super Street Fighter. So then I got told that there's no love for Street Fighters. So instead, how many people here have played Elis?
Yeah.
More of you should play Elis. It's, in my opinion, the best multi-touch game available on the iPad, iPhone. So Steph made this game called Far Away, and he was kind enough to let me talk about it because it's not out yet. It's coming out in a couple of months. It was playable at GDC at the Gamma show, so if any of you were at GDC and got to go to Gamma, it was awesome. So I'm going to bounce out and show you a video of Far Away. And I bounce out by alt-tabbing, and then I go here. Now, for some reason, I didn't record sound, so the way Far Away works is you play as this comet. It's a single button game, so all you can do is press and release, and it works based on speed and gravity. In the top right-hand corner, you have how much time is remaining, and basically by either flying through power-ups or completing constellations, you get more time in the game. Those are two of the power-ups right there, and literally everything is based on just press and release. So if you press near any of the red dots, you're going to latch onto them, and if you release, you're going to let go. And once you fly into one of these kind of spherical areas here, that's where you actually create constellations, and the goal is to not cross your line. So really, the entire game is one button, super simple. But the best thing about it is that you can't confuse the simplicity with the depth of the game. The game is basically infinitely playable. The combination of gravity and speed kind of makes it feel super satisfying. The entire kind of world is procedurally generated, so every time you play it's different. And then on top of that, it's also changing based on how well you're playing. So the better you're playing, the more stars will appear inside of constellations, and the more challenging it's going to get. But if you start playing poorer, it's actually going to ramp back down and give you an opportunity to play better. So I think one of the reasons why I was super excited about this game is because it's literally one of the simplest games I've ever played. It's so straightforward, it's so ultra simple, but there's so much kind of strategy and skill that can be applied to it. So when you start playing it, you just kind of whoop around and everything feels really fun, and everybody likes to move around because moving around is fun in games in general. But even when you're just flying in one direction and not even pressing a button and not even interacting with anything, there's something satisfying and enjoyable about it. And so I think the contrast between the extreme simplicity of the game and the fact that it's super skill-based and super deep is a really kind of unique look at it. It's really inspiring, and it's really fun to see someone do something that's both super ultra simple and super ultra deep. And that's something that at Cappy we think is really, really awesome, and we'd love to be able to make games that kind of function that way. Another neat thing about it is that score is time is score, so it's kind of this like loop where you, by getting more time, you get a better score. So you kind of like your life in the game is tied into your score as well, which I think is really cool. It comes out soon, so people should definitely pick it up when it does come out. That's not it.